What's going on YouTube? My name is FG3000. I'm back in the place to be and welcome to Epic 7, a brand new hero collector that came out just last night. This game has an absolute mountain of hype behind it, so let's jump right into the title to see, does it live up to all the hype that it garnered pre-launch? Now, you guys know what I always say when I cover hero collectors. A hero collector can only be as fun as the heroes that you can collect, and you guys know me. This game knocks it out of the park for me. It's anime, it's 2D, it has waifus, it has characters with unique weapon sets. Everything that I look for in a hero collector, this game does, and it does extremely well. Now, for all you people out there that are really getting tired of all of the waifu collectors that we've seen on the market for a while, let me kind of rest your fears for a second, all right? First off, my name is FG3000, all right? I just do waifu collectors, but take a look at this. The 5-star character that I decided to jumpstart my account with is a dude. I'm FG. That's a dude, all right? I had the choice of all kinds of 5-star waifus, and I decided to go for a guy, all right? If that is not a stamp of approval for the amount of amazing looking male characters in this game, I don't know what is. You have nothing to fear. If you like dudes, you like girls, this game has it all, and it does it extremely well, all right? So, rest assured, the heroes that you can collect in this game pass my test with flying colors, all right? So let's jump into combat so we can kind of talk about why this game has so much hype behind it. Now, we've already seen kind of the artwork there, but let's go ahead and jump into combat here. So this is my squad. You can bring 4 people with you. You can also bring a supporter from random people or your friends. You also have a guardian as well that I'll try to show you, but it really depends on if I'll be able to build up the special meter. But it's basically like an ultimate where you summon a guardian and they do a ton of damage, all right? So we'll go ahead and skip the story and Mercedes there. Come on, Benzie, calm down. We'll turn off autoplay just for a second. Now here is the game and how it flows in combat. As you guys can see, I'm in a dungeon with multiple different paths, some that are locked off, some that will be locked off until I complete other sections of the story. So I might actually have to backtrack and come back a little bit later. Very interesting design here. So we'll go ahead and just kind of walk forward here and I'll show you some combat. So here we are, we're fighting these little squirts here. Now this is why this game has so much hype behind it. Let's go ahead and show off the full screen animated ultimate attacks. Now I'm playing this game currently on Nox, and there is a little bit of stuttering when it comes to Nox. The game does not work on BlueStacks currently, but I did send a note. I'm nobody important, but I did send a note to BlueStacks and to let them know that this is a really high profile game and they should probably figure out a way to get BlueStacks working on it. So maybe that changes in the future, but there you go. So let's get into some more combat here. And we'll skip what Benz has to say here. Why do you call her Benz, FG? I'm just being dumb. All right, so as you guys can see right now, I can't actually go to this pathway or this pathway. They're both locked off. So for now, I need to go north, all right? So let's go back over here. We'll go ahead and go to the north option here. There's a treasure chest. Now, if I keep this on auto, the AI will skip the treasure. So you kind of have to balance that. Do you want to just go autoplay and miss out on these treasure chests, or do you want to keep it on autoplay but just kind of pay attention to the screen to make sure that you don't miss any of those goodies? Because some of them are really good and some of them are a prerequisite for you to get 3 stars on a dungeon run, all right? So let's go ahead and do a little bit more attacks here. So Ross here, who is our main character, his number 2 is actually pretty cool. It does damage and it calls an assist to the person that has the highest attack on your team. I'm not going to go into too much of the intricacies of combat, but we'll talk about it a little bit. So I built up this burn meter right here, which basically amplifies one of my abilities. So right now I'm going to do my number 2. This is kind of a waste. This number 2 right here does more damage the fewer enemies are on the screen, but we'll go ahead and do it because they're almost dead. So when I amplify this ability, it gets more powerful and it has more animations as well. And of course you have your number 1, which is typically just your basic attack, but even your basic attack on some characters do have special attacks as well. So that's combat in the game. All of the characters have amazing animations. They have voice acting. They have really amazing ultimates. Not all of them. It really depends on the character. Most of all the 5-star characters have full screen ultimates, but even the characters that don't have, you know, really big ultimate attacks, they also have really good animations as well. So you will not be disappointed in this game when it comes to combat whatsoever. Now, I will tackle some of the criticisms that this game has had so far. You can't skip the ultimates. You can't skip them. So they look amazing right now, but when you're actually trying to farm and try to go through the game, you cannot skip the ultimates. There is an option in the game to disable spell effects, but it doesn't disable the ultimate. I don't know what it does. Straight up, I have no idea what it does. Oh, hold on. Hold on, guys. Hold on, wait a minute. Had it. There you go. Get that treasure chest. I don't know what it does. Also, the game does not have a ×2 speed. But for me, so most games really need a ×2 speed because I think artificially they make the ×1 speed slower. Like if you ever look at another hero collector on ×1 speed, it almost feels like it's in slow motion. This game doesn't feel like that. It feels like this game naturally runs at a 1.5 speed compared to other hero collectors, so it's not bad. I don't consider either one of those deal breakers. I've seen some people on the Reddit in the forum saying that if they can't skip ultimates or if they don't add a ×2, I'm uninstalling. Okay, I don't consider these things deal breakers because those are types of things that can be added in a very early quality of life patch. So I'm not too worried about it. I'm just gonna enjoy it while I can. All right. So here we are in kind of a boss encounter here. And I'm just gonna let the autoplay just kind of do its own thing. This game does have an elemental system as well. So basically my tank is fire, so I'm gonna be doing more damage to green. Pretty much what you'd expect. Water, of course, does more damage to fire, etc., etc. We're gonna go ahead and summon our guardian so you guys can see what it looks like. Also comes with its own animation. Here he goes. This is the one that you get or basically by default in the game, but there are other guardians that you can summon in the future, which I'd imagine they'll be able to add to the guardian roster more in the future because there's only 3 right now. So we should be able to auto this one out. There we go. Nice job. And once again, we'll skip. There's furries too, man. Everyone is covered. Everybody is covered. So we'll go ahead and leave this encounter there. And there you have it. That is combat inside the game. That is dungeon crawling. There's a little bit more that goes into it, but like I said, I'll leave some of that mystery to you when you download the game because I do, spoiler alert, I do recommend this title. So that's that. Let's go back over to the home screen. I'll show you more about what this game's all about. Now, as you guys can see, look at this. My HP bars aren't filled up. So I actually do need to kind of take care of my roster here. I'm gonna go ahead and do an instant heal all. It's not super expensive. As you guys can see, I have over nearly 900,000 gold here. I'll go ahead and heal up my roster. Now they're back and ready to go. I could, if I wanted to, if I was feeling, pretty confident, I can just go into another combat and then just have my healer heal me instead. But that's kind of up to you and it really depends on where you are in the game. So let's move on to the next icon, which is battle. This kind of houses all of your your daily resource grinds here. Side stories not in the game just yet. But I'm pretty sure this is where the events are going to be for things for Halloween or just your basic weekly or bi-weekly events. You have this spirit altar. Once again, this is your daily resource grind. So today it's green. So if you want to go in here and get resources for your green characters, this is the day you do it. And obviously it will change based on what day it is. You have the abyss mode, which is your tower mode. As you guys can see, you get 3 attempts per day to go up this tower. As you go up this tower, or down this tower, excuse me. As you go down this tower, you get more and more rewards as you complete challenges. Pretty par for the course for most hero collectors. You see this all the time. So that is that. There is the hunt, and I'm actually gonna jump into this hunt and show you a little bit more combat as well. Oh man, I wanna do I'm gonna get destroyed. I can't actually do this. I can't show you this, but check out this hunt a little bit later on. Let's go ahead and do the golem hunt, I guess. And down you go. So once you defeat that, you will get materials that you can use to craft gear, and I will be showing you that a little bit later in the video as well. So that's that. So there's a fire one, there's a green one, and a water one. There is the labyrinth. So remember when I was showing you earlier that there are dungeons with multiple paths? The labyrinth is that ×2. So all of these different dungeons right here have multiple different pathways that you will actually have to go through and manage your morale. So once again, this is nothing, I'm not going to show you that in this video just because it's going to be a little bit long to show you this, but in this mode, you'll go through a dungeon where you have to kind of balance your morale. The longer you're in the dungeon, the lower your morale goes. The lower your morale, the more damage and the less damage you do. All right, so you start taking more damage and you start doing less damage. So you kind of have to balance how long do you stay in this labyrinth before you leave, and you can also camp in the dungeon as well. So it's actually pretty interesting, right? So it reminds me of Darkest Dungeon a little bit. How long do you stay in the dungeon and balance your morale before you're forced to kind of leave to take all your goodies with you? So that is that. And there's all types of labyrinths that open up as you go through the game. And then last but not least, there's a challenge mode, which I have not unlocked just yet, but that is the only mode in the game that I do not have unlocked thus far. So that is that. Let's keep on rolling, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, there is arena. I'm not going to show you this once again because the combat, you've already seen combat. You kind of know what to expect. This is you versus the AI. You're going to go against other people's team, climb the ladder, go through bronze, silver, gold, platinum, all that good stuff. There are seasons, as you guys can see. So 3 more days left on this season. You will get currency that you'll use to actually buy things in the store to get more and more goodies. Once again, the kind of the theme of Epic 7 is that the game doesn't actually do anything different. All of these different modes you've seen in other games before, but it's just a nice level of polish. As you guys can see, the graphics are fantastic. The UI is very quick and speedy. Everything just kind of it's just polished, all right? So here we are in our sanctuary, and this is just kind of the home of all kinds of different passive upgrade systems. So right here, you have this right here, which as you're offline or as you're doing other things, this will generate gold and diamonds for you. Of course, you can upgrade this to make this more potent. You have this one right here where you can basically summon different types of resources. So for example, if I wanted to, I can set this up to get me a EXP penguin, which is what this game uses, come back in 9 hours and then it'll be fully hatched. If I don't want to wait that amount of time, I can use this resource to instantly complete it, or I can just be patient and wait 12 hours for it to be done. Once again, as you level up, you'll get more slots to do that. These are, like I said, these are the passive type of gameplay that you see in lots of different hero collectors. Of course, this game does have its own version of dispatch or garrison. So as you guys can see, I've sent my heroes off on these little missions right here. They're going to come back in 2 hours with experience points and this currency. Once again, nothing you guys haven't seen in other hero collectors, but I'm glad to see it because these are the type of things that we've come to expect in these types of games. You also have the Still Workshop. Once again, like I said, as you defeat that golem that I showed you a little bit earlier, you will get currency. So right here it says Golem Hunt equipment. Once I've built up 20 of this, I can create a still helmet, and that still helmet will be RNG. It'll either have defense, health, or attack. And all of these things are RNG. So you're gonna be making a lot of different equipment. So even though you're like, you know what, I really need some boots that have health on it, you can hit craft and get boots that have attack on it. So this is a long-term play. Don't get frustrated. This is a system designed to slow you down on purpose. So it doesn't really make a lot of sense to get frustrated at it because once again, it's like I said, the RNG is there to kind of slow you down. Over time, you're gonna get what you want eventually, but that's that. So that's pretty much the game in a nutshell, right? You got your adventure mode, you have your battle, which is your daily resource grind, you have arena, you have all of your passive systems over here in Sanctuary, and then of course, last but not least, you do have a guild feature here as well. I kind of like this. Here's my character right here, just hanging out, chilling at the table. Very, very cool. In the guild system, there's a few different things you can do. You can request resources from your guild mates. You can, of course, donate. I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. Max donation. There you go, guild. You're welcome. Obviously, just like in other hero collectors, as you donate, you will get currency to use to buy things in the shop. There's also a captain shop, so guild member or guild leaders and officers can actually put blessings on your entire guild to ensure that you can do the content a little bit easier. There are weekly missions, which are my favorite. I hate daily missions. I don't want to have to feel like I always have to log in, and if I don't, I let down my guild. You have weekly missions, so log in as you can to kind of fulfill these. As you do that, you will get currency once again to power up your account. There's absolutely no reason for you not to be in a guild. You absolutely want to be in a guild to make sure that you are getting the most bang for your buck when it comes to min-maxing. Shout out to the waifu crew. That's well, it's not my guild. I'm the co-leader. But there you go. That's guilds. Reputation is basically an achievement system. So as you go throughout the game and complete objectives, you will get nice little bonuses. There you go. Look at that. Bonuses right there. And then we're gonna do summons towards the end. When it comes to upgrading your character, the game is actually very easy. All your characters kind of sit in this tavern right here. So whoever you want to upgrade, all you have to do is just click on them. Boom, you're right here on the screen. Here's the equipment that you can craft and equip on your character. This game uses, once again, a tried and true system where if you have a certain amount of equipment sets, so check this out. If I have 2 crit weapons or armor, I will complete that set 2 out of 2, and now this character has 12% crit. And you can basically equip 3 different skill sets or stat sets on your character. So if we go back over here to Mercedes, she only has 1, which is the attack set. The attack set takes 4 different types of gear that all have attack on it to activate that set, etc., etc. Once again, this is not anything new when it comes to upgrades, upgrade weapons or skill sets or stat sets. All this stuff is pretty cliche when it comes to hero collectors, but this game just does it in a very refined way. None of the upgrade systems that I've seen thus far are annoying in any way. They're very straightforward and very kind of easy to kind of visualize. So if we go over here to upgrading your weapons, you can also enhance them. You can enhance them by using fodder weapons, or there are special different types of charms here as well. So if I want to use that charm to enhance my weapon, I can do that. There you go. In addition to that, you can also enhance your character by using penguins, which are the EXP fodder that you should use. But if you don't want to, you can also use other characters as well. So there you go. Also, when it comes to upgrading your characters, there's the awaken system. So these are the daily resource grinds that I was telling you about earlier. So you're doing your water resource grind or your ice resource grind in this game. You do your ice resource grind, you use these materials to upgrade your character. And basically what these things do will allow your character to become more powerful. And it also changes some of the abilities that you have as well. So once I unlock this milestone, this ability right here will change to this one right here. So instead of having a barrier just for 1 turn, it'll be a barrier for 2 turns. So very cool there, pretty linear, but at the same time, this is another way to make your characters more powerful and give you something to basically grind out and resource grind for. In addition to equipment, in addition to awakening, in addition to leveling up your character and promoting them to 3-star, 4-star, 5-star, and all that good stuff, you also have a very controversial system in the artifact system. So if you played Fate Grand Order, if you played Dragalia Lost, these are worm prints, these are craft essences, these are artifacts in this game. However, I would not compare it to worm prints and Dragalia Lost. It's more reminiscent to craft essences and Fate Grand Order. You might be asking, FG, what's the difference? Because these just have much more of an impact on your character. You can notice these, right? I saw one of the artifacts in this game where it gave you a 50% chance to resurrect if you die. Like, those are like real effects that you can really notice. All right, so yes, it sucks when you're trying to pull a 5-star character and you get a 5-star artifact. However, the 5-star artifacts in this game are quite potent. All right, I get it though. You want a character. I understand. I'm with you. I'm right behind you. But the artifacts in this game are not. They're not small effects, all right? The 5-star ones are not small effects. So that is that. As you can see right here, even this 3-star one right here, cooldown decreases by 20% every single time I'm attacked. This is my tank. He always gets attacked. This always triggers. It's a very potent effect. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, a quick overview of what Epic 7's all about. If you want kind of my TL didn't watch version of what this game is, this is, I hate to say it, but this is kind of like, you know how Blizzard was like the company that just took games, didn't really add anything to the formula, but just made it really polished and really refined? That's basically what this game is. Epic 7 took all of the different concepts from hero collectors, dropped all the things that were kind of annoying, put them in one polished package with a really great art style, very quick load times, a snappy UI, and said, boom, here is your, based on what current hero collectors are today, here is your perfect hero collector, all right? So that is what Epic 7 is. It's not anything super amazing or super different, but you guys know what I always say. A hero collector is only as fun as the heroes that you can collect, and I think that this game, based on everything, based on everything I said, with it being just a tried and true, very polished experience, plus these amazing characters, I think the game is worth playing. So that is that. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's go ahead and burn out a few of our summons here. I'm just gonna do this generic summon. I don't really care about. I know a lot of people are re-rolling for her. I know she's like a top tier healer, but whatever. So I'll show you the summon animation here. I'm not gonna do too many of these because they are a little long. But maybe we can see a couple of other. Oh, look, I already have her. I already got her. Let's try to get somebody new. But this is what I was talking about earlier. It nails my art, anime, waifu. She uses her weird alien fist looking thing going on there. I love it. That's what I look for. All right, this is a new character, so this is where we'll actually stop right here. Let's see what we get. And a furry. And a furry. And he's a thief. Actually, I need a thief. There are some stages where you have to bring a thief, and I didn't even have one. So there you go. Hemorrhage. Shout out to World of Warcraft right there. So I just summoned, a 3-star character. Wasn't super exciting. The rates on 5 stars are a little low in this game. However, One bit of consolation in this game is that there are quite a few top tier 3 and 4-star characters in this title. It does not appear to be one of those games where you have to have a 5-star in order to complete content. In this game, it appears to be, at least early on, that 5 stars are more like a vanity pool, right? There are some 5 stars that are very low tier, some 5 stars that are very high tier, and it, you know, 3 stars and 4 stars are the same way. So don't feel super discouraged if you don't get a ton of 5 stars in this game, because it does look like you can complete all of the content in the game with 3 and 4 stars. Also, even outside of the gacha, you basically have this achievement system here. As you complete objectives in this game, the game will give you these characters, and some of these characters are better than the 5-star characters that are in the game. Like this character right here is like perceived to be one of the best healers in the game, and he's a 3-star that you get for free. So don't be discouraged on the rates of the gacha. Like I said, it all depends. When it comes to low rated gachas, can you complete the content with 3 and 4-star characters? If you can, and I know people are gonna hate me when I say this, 5 stars are basically vanity at that point. If you can beat content with 3 and 4-star characters, 5 stars are basically vanity. So that's that. I'm finally done once again. My name is FG3000. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Later.